What is going on, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Neca Series 13 Cracked Tusk Predator figure. Even though it says Scavenge Predator right there, I guess Neca made a little mistake. What is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Picked this figure up at my local Toys R Us. Been wanting to get this Cracked Tusk Predator figure because he has a really cool story about him that's written on the back of the packaging, and the figure just looks really cool. A very unique mask right there for this Predator, but I'm glad that I picked the figure up. Let me show you guys the packaging first. So the Cracked Tusk Predator comes in that retro style packaging, just like the Renegade Predator, because this is a Kenner throwback figure, and I remember I used to have the Kenner version of this figure when I was younger, so that's pretty cool. But he's got the blue, purple, yellow, orange coloring in the background with the Predator right there with his mask on, looking pretty cool. Up there it should say Cracked Tusk Predator, but it says Scavenge Predator. I guess that was a little manufacturing problem when they made the packaging. But right there on the bottom, you get a retro-style picture of the Cracked Tusk Predator, looking pretty cool. It says, "The ultimate alien hunter, Predator, with smart disc and spear." And then the back of the packaging, you get that retro-style image of the Cracked Tusk Predator, and then it says Cracked Tusk Predator, and then Predator. And then the other figures that are in the series, we did just review the Renegade Predator, which is a really cool figure, and that is the Scavenge Predator. And we are reviewing the Cracked Tusk Predator. But also, here is the little bio if you would like to read it up. Pause it right now because it is actually a really cool story about the Cracked Tusk Predator. It's kind of what drew my attention to the figure as well. But anyway, let's get the figure open and get into the review. Alrighty, so starting off with the accessories first for the Cracked Tusk Predator figure. He doesn't really come with too many. He comes with like a basic spear right there and then a smart disc. And then he has unique wrist blades right there. You can take them out and retract them. And then he does have a shoulder cannon, but it's not like a separate piece where you could take it off and put it on. So the smart disc might be my favorite accessory. It's really cool looking. It's just painted really well. I love the silver, and I really love that gold color that they chose. And then there's black like in the sculpted lines and everything to give it that more realistic look. But really cool looking. All that little small sculpt detail, just really cool looking, and the paint just looks really nice on it. I really like that gold paint they chose. Very nice sculpt art. Just all those little, all that little sculpt art right there is just really nice. And it does, he does hold it in his right hand. He's supposed to put his thumb there and the rest of his fingers there, and then he just holds it. So pretty cool looking smart disc right there. And then he just comes with like a basic spear pretty much. And it is like a silver color, but then it looks like they put some black in it, or black wash or something, so it is darker looking. It has like a dirty, not dirty, but like I guess a worn type look, like he's been using it. And then there is like a bronze color in it as well, which is pretty cool. A very nice sculpt work right there also. Right here it's a softer material, which is kind of weird, but the rest of it is fragile, so be careful, because I broke mine right here. I just had to super glue it, but pretty cool looking spear. Nothing too special, just a basic like Predator spear. And then his blades on his wrist, you can pull them down like that, and then they do retract as well. So pretty cool looking. And then he has that shoulder cannon right there. It doesn't really, it just swivels, because it's on like a piece where you're supposed to slide it up and down, but it's weird. It's kind of hard to work it. I'm gonna leave it in the one spot up there, but pretty cool looking. But he really doesn't come with too many accessories, just pretty much the spear and the smart disc. But anyway, that is the accessories. Let's move on to the comparisons. Okay, so now moving on to comparisons. The Cracked Tusk Predator figure stands a little over 8 inches tall, so I think he's in great scale with other Predator figures. Over here we have the SH Figure Arts Vegito figure. He's a little over 6 inches tall to the top of his hair. Over here we have the Hive Wars Predator figure. He stands at 8 inches tall, so Cracked Tusk is slightly taller than him, so that's pretty cool. And then over here we have Cracked Tusk's apprentice, Renegade Predator, and he stands at 7 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. So I like how Cracked Tusk is like 1/4 of an inch taller than Renegade Predator. That's really awesome. And then over here, of course, we have the SH Figure Arts Broccoli figure. He stands a little over 9 inches tall. But there is some quick comparisons for you. Anyway, let's keep moving on with the review. So now moving on to the paint and sculpt for the Cracked Tusk Predator figure. I think Neca did an incredible job with the figure. I know it's a reuse of the Lava Planet Predator or Lava Predator, but he was more of a like a red or an orange translucent plastic. This one you could see the paint on it and see all the sculpt and how well this figure is actually made. My favorite part is definitely all the armor, the silver pieces, and definitely the mask. The mask is very mean and menacing looking, really cool looking. And I like how he has a different style wrist blade right there. It's not the same as every other Predator. I really like how you could see another smart disc right there. And I really like this cable right there connected to his blades to the back of his armor. Really cool looking. But I just really like the armor. Very, very cool looking figure right here. Let me show you guys a closer look at the figure right here. And the mask on this figure is just really, really cool looking. Just look at all the sculpt work just done in the mask. Very, very nice work by Neca. Just all the little spikes going there and there, then up in the middle, all over here. Just all the sculpt work over here and there, all this sculpt work, just really nice work by Neca. And I really love the tusks on it, really cool looking, and I like how they chose like a bronze for the tusk in this part right here. And this reminds me of the Punisher, just this piece right here and the eyes, kind of reminds me of the, well, mostly just this piece, reminds me of the Punisher symbol. That's what I meant to say. I was saying the Punisher, like, what, he looks like a predator. But I really like the red eyes too, very menacing and just mean looking, which is really cool for a Predator. But really cool looking for the mask. And then you get the Predator dreads. And then I like how they gave bronze for some of the pieces in it. Most of them are silver though. Very cool looking. And then all the armor pieces. And I really like the coloring they chose for the Predator skin. Really cool. It's like a it's like orange, brown type colors all throughout it. Lighter, darker orange, dark orange, lighter orange, or brown type color. It's really cool how they did that. And then you get some black in there, black dots all over it. It gives it more of a realistic look. And then I love how the armor up here and all over it just looks battle worn and battle damaged. Like this guy has really been in a lot of battles, which is really cool. I really like this piece right here on his left arm. You get his plasma gun right here. And you're supposed to be able to slide it like back and forth, but it's kind of hard to do it, so I just leave it right here in the one spot. But the plasma gun looks really cool. Really cool looking right there. And then this armor piece right here. And then this piece over here, the gauntlets that has like has little gadgets or something on it. Very cool looking, just all that sculpt work. So look at that. Really nice. And I like how he has like spikes on his knuckles. That's freaking badass for a Predator. And then he has like wrappings around there or straps around his hands and stuff. Then he has a little piece of armor on his shoulder right there. And then here's his wrist blades with this gauntlet piece as well. And then the cable is connecting to the back of his armor. And just the back of his armor, just look at all the sculpt work. Just very nice by Neca. And then there's black paint all throughout it. Very nice. I like that silver that they chose for all the armor pieces. Then you get his loincloth right here, which is a very, very dark green. And then you get the Predator belt buckle, which is like a gold type color. But I really like this green color they chose with black all throughout it. Give it a more realistic look. I love how he has all these pouches right here and then over there. Then he has another bigger pouch right there with probably some type of weapons or ammo. Then you get a nice armor piece on his left thigh. Then you get some on his knees right there. That covers up the knee joints. Nice paintwork too with the skin, the Predator skin right there. And I really love these lower leg armor pieces. Really cool looking. That is really nice. It looks all dinged up and dented and everything. And the Predator feet right there. The black toenails. And he has peg holes as well. But really, really cool Predator figure. And my New York accent came out. Predator. But a really cool figure. I really like this figure a lot more than I actually thought I would. I was hesitant to buy it, but I just ended up buying it. But the paint and sculpt on this figure is just incredible. I think Neca did a really great job with this Predator figure. Anyway, let's move on to the articulation and wrap the review up. For Cracked Tusk's articulation, he has pretty basic Neca Predator articulation. His head is on a ball joint. It does go up and down. It does pivot and it does swivel as well. This you could swivel around. It's supposed to go up and down, but it's a pain in the ass to do it. So I just leave it there and can swivel it. So that's pretty cool. For the waist joint, it's on a ball joint. It's not just a basic swivel, so that's cool. You get a back and forward movement right there, a little bit of pivot, and it does swivel. So that's pretty cool that he has that waist joint instead of just the basic swivel. The shoulders can go 90 degrees, but it gets hindered by the armor piece on the arm right there. They do go up and down. He has a single bend at the elbow, but it gets hindered by this piece on his forearm. Same on this side as well. It does swivel as well. And then the wrists are on a ball joint, so they could swivel and you can move them all around, so that's pretty cool. And then the legs can kick forward about 90 degrees, so that's good. They go to the back about that much, then they kick out to the side almost 90 degrees, so that's pretty good too, and they do swivel, so that's awesome. Then he has a double jointed knee, and they bend back a pretty good amount, and then he has a ball joint at the ankles, so it can swivel, pivot, and move up and down. You get good movement right there at the ankle. So pretty good articulation for this Predator figure. I think it's better than the other ones that have the basic waist swivel, because this one you get a little bit more movement at the waist right there, so that's pretty cool. But overall, I do recommend the Cracked Tusk Predator figure. If you love Predator, collect the NECA Predator figures, definitely add this one to your collection. Even if you have the Lava Planet Predator, I believe that's the name of it, the one that looks exactly like this, but it's like a red translucent plastic. This one shows off the paint more, so it shows a better look at the sculpt and just how much detail they put into this figure, how much time and work they put into making this figure. It's a very well-made piece and a really cool figure to add to your collection. The accessories are okay, very limited. It's only that spear and then the smart disc right there. Wish it came with maybe one more weapon at least or something, but the two accessories he comes with are pretty cool. They're not the greatest kind of basic Predator accessories, but they're okay. The articulation I think is the best so far out of all three Predator figures that I have. I have the Hive Wars, the Renegade, and now this one. I think he has the best articulation out of all three of them because of he doesn't have a basic waist swivel. It's on a ball joint, so you can get more articulation out of it. So he has good articulation. And then the paint and sculpt, just phenomenal by NECA. That is their best part of all their NECA figures. The paint and sculpt, just the detail on these figures are just, they knock it out of the park every time. It's a really great job that NECA does on these Predator figures. So I am very happy that I picked this figure up. I was skeptical about buying the figure at first because I didn't really care too much about it, but I read up on the character about him, and he's actually a really cool character. That kind of drew my attention to pick it up, and he is unique compared to other Predator figures. So definitely add this one to your collection if you were thinking about picking it up or not. He's still at retail price, so why not? It's only like $23. I think that's how much I paid at Toys R Us. So yeah, definitely pick it up. Check Toys R Us. FYE, if you can't find it, or your local comic book shop, if you can't find it at any local stores, definitely check like Amazon, because he's $19.99 or something like that. He's still at retail price, as I said. But definitely get the figure. That's my review of the NECA Series 13 Cracked Tusk Predator figure. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, then I don't care. That's your problem. But anyway, guys, I'll see you later. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Neca, blah blah blah, forgot what I was going to say. Just the retro style, because blah 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 blah. I've been wanting to get this figure because he has a really cool, the Neca Series 13 Scavenge, damn it. Some like black dots all over here, then you get like a maroonish type color. Very cool looking Predator figure. I love that one. Baby, shut up. I love the mask. It's very unique. Blah, 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 blah. For cracked tuxedo, his shoulder, damn